the country, raising people's blood pressure needlessly. And I think that the earlier the government understands this, that it is output that we are looking for, not publicity, not PR. It's output that we are looking for. And all these things are just form and not substance. So they should focus on delivering rather than engaging in all these skirmishes.
That's the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba. The National Democratic Congress, however, has rejected claims that Yoko and other security agencies acted outside their legal mandate in arresting and detaining Miracle Sabwaje. Speaking on 505, the party's Deputy Director of Elections, Rashid Tanko Computer, said similar arrests had occurred under previous administration, including at the airport, and defended Yoko's action as part of efforts to strengthen accountability.
Resources are given to you as a state actor, you will definitely know that the state will come after you to account for the money given to you. It's not for your personal use. We're talking of allegation of 55 million Ghana cedis. You think it's a small money. Some misappropriation of huge sums of money of this nature. And you think we should just gloss over it because the person belongs to one police. Well, we cannot determine them how they should go about their business. This is a state agency and they are mandated to carry out investigation into matters of this nature. Have they breached any of their act giving them the power to act? Have they breached it? They should point out that one. Is it the first time they've arrested somebody at the airport? Under their watch, MPP, they've arrested people severally at the airport. I'm surprised at their behavior. Okatache Afrifa was also arrested yesterday. He's currently behind bars. Why haven't they gone there to mass and demonstrate for his release?
That's the Deputy Director of Elections for the National Democratic Congress, Rashid Tanko Computer. Lawyer Alexander Aban has also criticized the Yoko's handling of the arrest, saying while state institutions have the authority to investigate alleged offences, law enforcement officers must adhere to the due process when effecting an arrest.
What we have to understand is that arrest does not necessarily mean using some Rambo style and creating scene and holding the person on the side of his trousers or something like that. Arrest is actually effected when certain words are addressed to the suspect. If the person is not resisting arrest, there is no point whatsoever to drag him. If the person is not even running away or has no intention of running away, there's no point in even putting him in handcuffs for the optics. If the statement of the Yoko is anything to go by, then what happened at the airport is completely unnecessary. He is much aware of it. You have invited him and he has honored that invitation earlier. What is also significant is that it's not as though this stop order was executed when he was traveling out. This is a person who was actually coming back into the country from his journey.
That's lawyer Alexander Aban. Still on the New Patriotic Party, they have pledged to conclude all outstanding constituency executive elections within days as it resolved disruptions and legal challenges that affected the party's reorganization exercise. The constituency election, which forms part of the party's internal reorganization, were disrupted in some areas, including the Bantama constituency in the Ashanti region, where some individuals allegedly invaded the election venue and destroyed election materials. Voting was also suspended in constituencies in the Ifijai Setre East and Asante Achim Central following court injunction. Speaking to Class News, Richard Ahiagba said the party is working to address the outstanding issues, including an informing part of the voting region where some constituencies are yet to complete the electoral process.
Well, certainly we would agree, unless you have reason to disagree, that the elections were peaceful, they were largely uneventful, and that by and large the outcome has been embraced by all, the winners and the losers alike. And the party is now focusing on the regional election, which is beginning tomorrow with nominations. And so, as far as we're concerned, is a good outcome, and we're looking forward for the regional elections to come on top of that. Of course, not all constituencies have voted. There are constituencies that are outstanding. For example, in the Volta region, I think out of 18, 12 did their elections on Saturday, and so there's an outstanding 6 or so that had to get theirs done, and I've been told that in the next few days or week they will get theirs also done. So we're on track to complete our reorganization. So it went well, but for 1 or 2 instances, I think that it will say that it's a near perfect election.
That's the Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba, in an interview with my colleague Kwame Otri Jr. Moving away from that, 2 suspects are in police custody after the Bole District Police Command intercepted 73 parcels of a substance suspected to be cannabis concealed in a commercial vehicle in the Savannah region. The suspected narcotic was discovered during a routine highway operation along the Banda Nkwanta Road, where officers stopped a Tachimantuwa vehicle with registration number AS487425 for inspection. A search of the vehicle revealed the 73 parcels concealed in bags. Police sources say a female suspect allegedly admitted responsibility for transporting the substance to a community near Bole. Investigators believe the destinations may be linked to illegal mining activities, although the intended purpose of the consignment has not yet been confirmed. The suspect allegedly attempted to bribe the officers with 300 million Ghana cedis to secure their release. However, police rejected the alleged offer and arrested the 2 suspects in line with the established procedures. The suspects remain in custody while investigation continue. The seized substance will also undergo forensic analysis to confirm its composition before formal charges are filed. We are following the story, bringing more updates on that. Let's go to court because the Accra High Court has confirmed that Nana Appiah Mensah, known as Nam1, has compiled and also complied with this directive to file his witness statement ahead of the continuation of the Men's Gold criminal trial that will be held on July 17. The Chief Executive Officer of Men's Gold Ghana Limited is expected to resume his testimony after the conclusion of the case management conference. Speaking to Class News, the convener of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold, Fred Forson, said the group remain hopeful and expects cross-examination to begin soon to bring finality to the case.
I think it's an improvement. We are making progress, even though there has been a very long time of delay. This is over 1 year when the court made an order that he should file his witness statement. And finally today, like you said, we have had the case management conference, and the case is slated for 17 for actual trial. It's a continuation of his evidence in chief because he had already given an oral evidence. That time he was without his witness. So we think it's good, and it's our hope that it will be concluded even before the legal vacation.
Thus, the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold, speaking Fred Forson. Now to some other stories. The Ghana Association of Banks has defended Cal Bank employees who were seen in a viral video during the national cleanup exercise following criticisms over the bank's decision to remain open while the exercise was ongoing. The video showed a confrontation between the Member of Parliament and some staff of a Cal Bank branch on Friday, July 10, 2026, after the Member of Parliament questioned the bank's operation during the nationwide sanitation exercise. Responding to the incident, the Ghana Association of Banks rejected the narrative circulating on social media and provided what it described as a full context of the encounter. Speaking to Class News, the Chief Executive Officer of the association, John Uwa, described the criticisms against the bank staff as unwarranted and unnecessary.
During the COVID pandemic, banks were designated as critical and essential service providers. As far as we are aware, that status has not changed. It was very out of the ordinary, unwarranted, and completely unnecessary for her to have gone to a branch with customers transacting with cameras. People are in bank branch and you are going there with private cameras and you are showing everything on public media, which we think is very so, though we have so been designated as essential service providers, on Thursday, we had a meeting with the Regional Coordinating Council Director. We went to the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council. We had a meeting with them, and they 100% gave us the all clear.
Thus, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Banks, Johnny Wa, will bring you more details on the stories and developing ones, especially on Dennis Miracles Abuat this case. For more news and update, do log on to classfmonline.com. This ends the Class Breakfast News with me, Elizabeth Aidoo. For more news and update, do log on to classfmonline.com. The morning show continues with Kwame Jumo Adiman and the team. Do stay and enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a good morning.
100 games have been played already as far as the World Cup is concerned, and we're looking forward to the final four of games that we played at those years World Cup. We navigate our way through the group stages. We went through the round of 32, we did a round of 16, we did the quarterfinal, and now we do find ourselves in the semi-final. First up would be the game between France and Spain. Both the teams navigating their way through the quarterfinal. France defeating Morocco by 2-0. Goals scored by Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele to give them a 2-0 result against the African side. And then the opponent Spain also defeating Belgium by 2-1 in the other quarterfinal game. Mikel Merino scoring the winning goal again, just like he did in the previous round where Spain got a result in the round of 16. Who gets to win this one? Both the teams going into the World Cup with a lot of history. France winning this competition twice already, 1998 on home soil and in 2018 in Russia. In between that, they've lost the final of the World Cup in 2022 in Qatar. But for Spain, having won the World Cup in 2010, they had not won a knockout game since then until this year's World Cup. They've glided their way through the round of 16, quarterfinal, and now they do find themselves in the semi-final stage of the competition. Who wins this one? Is it going to be France, or is it going to be is it going to be the La Roja of Spain? Well, that game will be kicking off at 19 hours GMT or 7 p.m. Ghana time. So if you're a fan of any of these two teams, maybe you try to get home a bit early, or if you want to enjoy from the pubs, or if you want to probably stay at the office and catch up with that game. It is 7 p.m. Ghana time. Later tomorrow, we'll get to see the other semi-final. As far as this game is concerned, we're going to be getting to see the Three Lions of England who will be playing against Argentina. It's been a number of times these two teams have played at the World Cup. You'd have to go all the way back to 1986. Argentina played England at the same stage of the World Cup. Diego Maradona scoring with a hand of goal and scoring one of probably the greatest goal of all time at the World Cup, starting from the midfield, dribbling past every single player before he did score that second goal for England. So Argentina, 40 years ago, defeating the Three Lions of England by 2-0. In between that, in 1998 as well, the Three Lions of England succumbing to Argentina on pens in that very, very crucial game in France 98. I'm sure many of us do recall that. A number of penalty misses by the English, meaning Argentina progressed to the next stage of the competition again. So a number of times the Argentines have denied England a place to go further in the competition. Is it going to be happening again? Cracking games that are going to be played at the stage of the competition. Is it going to be that of any of the four teams making their way to the final? These were the teams that were tipped to go very, very far in the competition, and not surprisingly, maybe quite a number of them making it through to the final stage or the final four of this competition. We wish all of these teams the best of luck as they go into this one. Only one can win tonight, and only one can win tomorrow. And when they make it all the way to the final, only one can get to win the competition. So is that tight? Is it going to be the Three Lions of England? Is it going to be Argentina? Is it going to be Spain? Is it going to be France? I'll be looking forward to those words starting this evening. Kylian Mbappe has already scored 8 goals and is in position to win the competition. But before we do draw the curtains on all the action from the world of sports, Team Ghana also releasing their squad for this year's Commonwealth Games, which will be starting next month. Quite a number of athletes have been selected from the area of athletics, para-athletics, boxing, judo, powerlifting, power swimming, swimming itself, and weightlifting. Up to 40 athletes have been selected to compete on behalf of Ghana. I'm going to be running through that list, starting with the guys who are competing from athletics. We have Abigail Abugri being given an opportunity in the 800 meters. Deborah Achampo will be competing in the 100 and the 4x100. Anita Ifrifa will be competing in the 200 and the 4x100. we have Yvonne Breton. She'll be completing in 100 meters hurdles and 4 by 100 meters. And then we have Lovina Ewusi, who will be competing in the 400 meters hurdles and 4 by 100 meters men. We have Rose Yabua, who will be competing in the ladies high jump. We have Joseph Paul Amwa, who will be competing in the men's 200 and 4 by 100 meters hurdles. Benjamin Azamati, who will be competing in the men's 100 and 4 by 100 meters hurdles. We have Mustafa Bokwin, who will be competing in the men's 200 and 4 by 100. We have Isaac Butsu, he will be competing in the men's 100 and 4 by 100. And then we have James Darcy, who will be competing in the men's 200 meters and the 4 by 100. All of these guys selected to compete on behalf of Ghana. We're also going to be having James Darcy, who will be competing in the 200 and 4 by 100. And then we have Baba Aidoo, who will be competing in the 400 meters hurdles. Abdul Rashid Saminu is also going to be competing in the men's 100 meters and 4 by 100. Let's focus on other athletes that have been selected for para-athletics. We have 3 individuals who have been selected. We have Zinabu Isa, who will be competing in the shot put. We have Hayford Adai, who will be competing in the 100 meters hurdles. And then we have Bochu Nkegbe, who will be competing in the T54 category of the men's 1,500. We have a number of boxers who have been selected for this as well. Nancy Banfo will be competing in the 54 kg. Adelaide Dede Jabate will be competing in the 57 kg. We have Ramatu Kwe, who will be competing in the 51 kg. And then we have Ebenezer Ankra to compete in the 60 kg. Amadou Mohammed will be competing in the 55 kg, with Jibril Muntari competing in the 90 kg. And then we're also going to be having Precious Akaineti competing in the 70 kg, with Abdul Wahib Omar competing in the 65 kg. Desmond Papu will be competing in the 80 kg, together with Daniel Planche, who will be competing in the 90 plus kg. All of these amazing people will be representing Ghana in boxing. And then we'll also have some cyclists in there as well. Erica Sejiru will be competing in track cycling, with Emmanuel Saki also competing in track cycling. 2 athletes have been selected for judo. Frima Eje will be competing in the 57 kg, with Elizabeth Odru competing in the 63 kg. And then we have 2 powerlifters. We have Tahiru Haruna, he will be competing in a 170 kg plus. And then we have Promise Aheto, he will be competing in the 50 meters as well. We have a number of swimmers who will be competing. Nubia Ajay will be competing in the 50 meters backstroke, together with Uniles Techi. He will be competing in the 50 meters freestyle and the 100 meters freestyle as well. Abeku Jackson will be competing in the 50 meter butterfly and the 50 meter backstroke. And then we have Ivan Snowden. He will be competing in the 50 meter freestyle and 50 meter backstroke. And then we have 4 athletes who are going to be competing for Ghana in the area of weightlifting. We have Yaira Akos Agozi competing in the 58 kg. Abdul Salim Ajete will be competing in the 110 kg. Emmanuel Amu will be competing in the 71 kg. And then we have Foster Christopher Osei competing in the 94 kg. So at those years Commonwealth Games. Proud, a 40-man contingent. The list of officials is not out yet. We'll keep you up to speed with all of those who are going to be supporting these guys to try to win something for us. At the last Commonwealth Games, not the greatest of record for Team Ghana, but hopefully, this time around, we get to win a lot more from in there. into the newspapers and all the big stories in there, together with that of the biggest online portal here in Ghana, the Class FM online portal. We'll be touching base with a high street journal, and then we get to celebrate you or that very special person. This is Class 91.3 FM